Hello, boys and girls. Today we are doing social studies, and our topic is money. We want to learn about money. Now, at the end of this lesson, you should be able to explain the importance of having a goal and dedication. And number two, at the end of this lesson, you should also be able to give examples of what a goal is or examples of goals. And I want you to be able to distinguish or to know the difference between needs and wants. And finally, you should be able to explain what a budget is and what elements make up a budget. Now, let's talk about a goal. A goal is something that you want. Something that you want. It can be a bicycle, it can be some sweets, it can be something very important like, okay, one day I want to buy a car, a beautiful car. So a goal is something that you want and for which you make a plan to achieve. So it's not just something you think in your head and you say, well, I want one day to buy a bicycle, then you forget about it. For it to be a goal, you need to make a plan for how you're going to make it come to pass. So a goal is something that you want and for which you make a plan to achieve. Now, look at the picture here. What are you saying? That's a lot of money, isn't it? And my question is, would you want to have a lot of money like this? Well, every person usually wants to have money. They want money to be able to go to school. They want money to be able to buy food at home. They want money so that, well, you are able to do things, because without money, you can't do things in this world. So now the question I would like to ask you is, what would you do with a lot of money like that? Would you buy a bicycle? Would you buy a car? Or would you want to travel to a nice place and have a good meal? Well, think about it. What do you think you would do with a lot of money like that? Now, what you need to understand is that even when the money you have may seem to be a lot, it is important to spend it carefully. There are many people who spend money and after it finishes, they regret. They say, oh, why did I buy what I bought? What I bought is not important. So what you need to know is this. Things that you buy can be classified into two types. There are those things we call needs, and there are those we call wants. So, what is the difference? Think about it. Think about it. What do you think is the difference? What is a need and what is a want? Okay, let's talk about it. Needs, we also call them, they also have another name. They are called basic needs. So sometimes we will call them needs, sometimes we call them basic needs. Needs include things like food, clothing, shelter, and health care. These are things you cannot do without. You cannot live hungry. You always need food. You need clothes. You need shelter. Shelter means a house where you stay. You also need health care. In case you are sick, you need to be able to have money to go to a good clinic or hospital so that you are given medicine, so that you are taken care of. Now, there are also what we call wants. What are wants? Well, we sometimes call wants as luxury items. These include things like beautiful clothes, designer clothes, or very luxurious things. They're not really needs, but, well, you have a desire just to have them. You know, like a game, you want to be playing with a game. You can do without a game, you won't die, but, well, you may desire to have it. But when you talk about needs, needs are things you can't do without. You need to eat, you need to wear clothes. These clothes may not be fancy, but, well, you just need clothes. You need shelter, you need a house where you can sleep, you need health care. Now here is a secret. In order to spend money wisely, because you see, you don't want to be in a situation where you have a lot of money, then you spend it, or it finishes, then you start crying, I wish I had bought a better thing. So you need to spend your money wisely. Now, what are you supposed to do in order to spend money wisely? In order to spend money wisely, you first need to know how much you have, and then make a plan on how you're going to spend it. Without a plan, when you go to town or when you go in a shop, whatever you see, you'll be saying, let me buy that. You see a sweet, you say, okay, let me buy a sweet. You see some ice cream, you say, okay, let me buy an ice cream. Buying things like that is dangerous because your money will finish. You need to have a plan. You need to sit down and think, this money which I have, let me think, how am I going to spend it? Remember, money is never enough. You can think it's a lot of it, but it will finish as long as you don't have a good plan. So now, let's talk about this. Let's talk about budgeting. The plan which guides you on how you're going to spend money is called a budget. Now, there are some interesting videos I want you to watch. So I'm going to end here explaining. Then I want you to watch the next videos which have been posted in this lesson. They talk about budgeting, they talk about the importance of money, the importance of having a goal, and the importance of making a plan. But remember, a budget is a spending plan. It is a plan for how you're going to spend money. So a budget is a spending plan that helps you to manage money. Enjoy the videos which have been posted in this lesson.